turn your attention to something that I think is really important because, as I mentioned before, there are these really toxic ideas going out there right now as it pertains to men and women and their interaction post Roe versus Wade. In particular, there's been a lot of Black female spaces that have used this as an opportunity to push again that gender divide narrative, to push yet again the age-old stereotype that Black men are just prone to violence. And so now suddenly this Roe versus Wade idea is going to be a reason for Black men to go and be violent or essentially delete Black women who are carrying babies that they don't want, deleting Black women because of child support, and all this stuff that it's like, we don't, based upon what? Like, how are you saying that now Roe versus Wade is just going to automatically radicalize Black men to just go start deleting women? Like, it doesn't make any sense, but nevertheless, that is a popular idea being promoted out there. Black femicide. I'm seeing this now being a reason to literally widen the gender divide in the Black community in particular. And it's being done by pushing messaging, literally pushing messaging that was created and promoted by white supremacists. And it's being done in blackface. And it's being done by Black women supposedly saying that they're empowering themselves at the expense of their own community. How does that make that make sense? You are empowering yourself through white supremacy, empowering yourself by parroting white supremacist talking points that were specifically made for the purpose of undermining the success of your community. That makes zero sense. And we're doing it and we're thinking that we are smart. We're doing it thinking that we are new, cutting edge, that we're burned to the capes, and that all of a sudden there's a whole new generation of Black women that just got a super new revelation, got all these new ideas that no one's ever heard before, and we're the first to ever do this. It's like, sis, no, you are not doing anything new. You are literally just copy and pasting age-old ideas, or ideas that have been floating around for a couple hundred years, that were specifically meant to undermine your success. And so I saw this video that Dr. Tiazon Johnson did a couple of weeks ago that I wanna highlight. Shout out to him. I love his channel. I love his work there.
Out to Dr. Tommy Curry. Dr. Tommy Curry posted this today, and I thought it was, it needed to be said. Right? Had to be acknowledged, had to be dealt with, because it was powerful. Right? He posted this on his Facebook page. He said, finally found a reference to free Black men being a danger to women and children and beating women after slavery, which was mentioned by Bell Hooks in We Real Cool. Bell Hooks asserts, with no citation or reference, that Black men beat their wives in barns after emancipation. In 1857, Samuel Cartwright wanted to justify the institution of slavery. To do this, he argued that freeing Black men would lead to the abuse of women. This is where Bell Hooks is getting this nonsense from a pro-slavery ethnologist. See Ethnology of the Negro or Prognathous Race. New Orleans Academy of Sciences, 1857. Let me bring it up to this piece here from We Real Cool by Bell Hooks. And I apologize, I can't make it any larger for some reason, but it is what it is. But she says on page 4, and it was within this notion of patriarchy that educated Black men coming from slavery into freedom sought to mimic. However, a large majority of Black men took as their standard the dominator model set by white masters. When slavery ended, these Black men often used violence to dominate Black women, which was a repetition of the strategies of control white slave masters used. Some newly freed Black men would take their wives to the barn to beat them as the white owner had done. Clearly, by the time slavery ended, patriarchal masculinity had become an accepted ideal for most Black men, an ideal that would be reinforced by 20th century norms. Now, a couple things to clarify here. You need to pick up the man not. You definitely need to pick up Tommy Curry's man not, because that is, that really provides the framework for a lot of this language. But one
And I must say, it's incredibly disappointing to start to see women who share my complexion, women who claim to be about Black woman empowerment, Black female empowerment, literally copy and pasting these same toxic beliefs that white supremacists came up with decades, centuries ago, doing the exact same thing. And the cold part about it is they think they're doing something new. They think they are doing something so cutting edge and inventive and so liberatory. And it's like, sis, do you not understand that you literally just believed a lie? A lot of the stuff is just based upon a lie.